Erling Haaland is a freak of nature. Erling Haaland deserves every piece of credit, praise, applaud, accolade, award, knighthoods. I don't know what the version is in America. I don't know what the version is in Norway. Deserves it all. 50 Champions League goals in 49 Champions League games. He breaks the record, which was previously owned by Ruud van Nistelrooy by a country mile. I've said this for years, and I'll say it again and again and again. Erling Haaland, in my personal opinion, is the most naturally gifted goal scorer that Europe has ever produced. Ever. In my lifetime, the only player playing in Europe as good as him in terms of putting the ball into the back of the net this early in his career, from being 17, 18 when he started scoring until now, is R9. He's the only one for me from a goal scoring perspective that's done it. I've been talking about that for 3 or 4 years. I remember sitting here maybe in 01, having watched bits of him in Norway because of his links to my club, Man United, watching him make his Champions League debuts and was scoring, when he went to Dortmund and was scoring, and I just saw him get doubted every single step of the way. Every single step of the way, this man has been doubted. He has been ridiculed. The disgraceful punditry that has led to my new series that comes out at least twice a week on the Football Terrace, which is killing the game. And it's talking about the bad punditry and the banter economy that's ruining football. And I'm going to keep pushing it. This man has been called a League One player, a League Two player. What does he offer to the team? He's overrated. He wouldn't score if he wasn't in Pep's team. All this nonsense that's been said about Erling Haaland. And as a Manchester United fan, I almost feel pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm annoyed that the mainstream media, the ex-players, pundits, and a big percentage of fans online have forced me into praising this man as regularly as I have. From the threats to my life that I receive, only from a handful of weirdos, by the way, it got that bad, for suggesting when City signed him that he would break Mo Salah's single season goal scoring record. I remember some of the disgraceful things I was sent just for making a simple prediction until now. This man is always written off. Last year, where he scored more goals in a singular season than 99.9% of all strikers who have played in England have ever scored, was written off as maybe his time has passed and he's had a couple of great seasons, but that's it. All this flash in the pan talk, the pundits, and I swear Rory Jennings did this, and I'm not putting him into the category with the amoebas, but I swear he kind of did it might have been said in jest, to be fair, around maybe I was right to doubt him. There was all this kind of stuff was rearing its head, and I just thought it was utterly shameless, ridiculous, annoying, and it just took away for me when sitting on panel shows, listening to content, listening to people talk football, which is a big part. And I've been speaking about this a lot recently. Talking football here in the UK, I can't speak for the rest of your nations, people watching, and you can tell me, and I would love to hear and be educated on it. Speaking about football, for me, is every bit as important as the game itself. It's part of our day-to-day lives, our culture. Most of us build our lives around when our football teams are playing, when we're taking our kids football, when we're watching football, traveling to games. It's such an important component of our lives. And I'm sure it's the same in Brazil. I'm sure it's the same in Nigeria. I'm sure it's the same in Spain. I'm not saying England's the only country that does this. I'm just telling you from my perspective. And I feel like the conversation around Haaland was always being ruined. What else did he do? What about his touches? What about this? What about that? What does it matter? And the goal tonight. I'm so glad Judge Mo's backstage, you fraud. The way this man spoke about Phil Foden last season. Phil Foden that had a brilliant 4 or 5 years. 4, 5, 6 years beginning of his career. consistently performing, consistently scoring, consistently delivering in title races, Champions League runs, massive cup games. He had a terrible season. Phil Foden had a terrible season. Everybody could admit it. But I remember Judge Mo. I remember multiple people sitting there and saying, this bad season essentially undoes what came before. It writes it off. It shows that maybe it wasn't real. It was a little bit fugazi. Last season was like this defining moment. And I just felt that was a step too far. Phil Foden has been a top-class, world-class performer in his younger years. Unlike a lot of the other starlets in England, unlike a lot of the other talents that we kind of compared to him, Saka's, Rashford's, etc., who, by the way, I rate all of them, this man was delivering in title races, cup runs, Champions League on a regular basis, and delivering at that stage, on that stage, in those high-pressured moments. That, for me, is the real games that you judge. Like I've always said, Harry Kane in England, amazing goal scorer. But there's so many strikers, the Agueros, the Van Persies, the Drogbas, as examples, the Van Nistelrooys, Andy Coles, Rooneys, Cantonars, Henrys, that I put above him because I saw those guys do it. Title race, title race, title race, title race, cup run, final, cup run, massive Champions League campaigns, etc. Doing it in those moments is what it's all about. I'm going to go to a goalkeeper, Donnarumma, last season. All those saves in the knockout stages. It's great getting a save, making a save like that away to Burnley in the league when it doesn't really matter. But doing it in those gilt-edged moments, it's next level. It's what people remember forever. It's legacy defining. And Erling Haaland has done that. But Phil Foden, I nearly went back to Erling Haaland too early there. Phil Foden, he did have a bad year. He was rightfully called out for it. But I think the undoing of his career, I think the rewriting of history, I think the way he was treated, it felt wrong to me. And before anybody says it, I'll address it. It has nothing to do with the nation that he plays for. Because I go in on English players as well. I don't have those kind of biases because I was brought up properly. That's it. End of the conversation on that one. But for me, what it did, yes, it was fun. Some of the comments were funny. I'd laugh when people brought it up on shows. But the reason why I didn't want to go down that road is because you set a precedent to be used against your own players in future as well. Imagine you can have 4 brilliant years, 5 brilliant years. You have one stinker of a season and people try and write everything off that came before it. There's actually only 2 players in my memory that I remember not having a bad season in their career based on their age. And that was Messi and Ronaldo. They're the only 2 that I don't remember. As soon as they started getting good, I don't remember them having a bad year. Every other player has flopped up, done well, moved clubs, flopped, gone somewhere else, had brilliant season, bad season, then got good again. All of them. United legends like Ryan Giggs. Fantastic for a decade. Then in the early 2000s, part of it was hamstrings, but he had a torrid time. He got booed at Old Trafford. People were talking about selling him. And then he went on to have the better part of another decade at the top. So what I wouldn't ever do is set a precedent to slag off Phil Foden that would damage the legacy of my own players. Why? Madness. So well done to Phil Foden. I bring him up because the assist for Erling Haaland's goal was absolutely out of this world. Out of this world. So massive congratulations to him. Massive congratulations to Erling Haaland for breaking that record today. 50 goals in 49 games. I can't actually believe someone's done that. I can't believe he's done it. And the age he's at, the club he's at, you wouldn't bet against him breaking Lewandowski's, breaking Messi's, breaking Ronaldo's record. If he can stay fit and get to 100, 150 games in the Champions League, who knows how many goals he's going to score? Who knows how many times he's going to win this competition as well? What he's done is given himself a foundation and a base to become the greatest Champions League player of all time. Could he take... Because that belongs currently to Cristiano Ronaldo. There's been no greater player in Champions League history than Cristiano, based on winning it, performances, goals scored, the whole caboodle. No one is above him. Erling Haaland has given himself that base. That's exciting at 24 years of age. Something for us as football fans to watch and review and get into. I'm very, very excited about watching that indeed. Whether he does it or not is another conversation, but give me your thoughts, give me your opinions in the comment section below, people. Thank you very much.